Hello, Anatomy. This is Dr. V here with a summary explanation of the three ways we lose heat from the human body. So, this is designed to kind of wrap up some of the things at the end of lesson 10 we didn't have time to do in class, as well as help you get started on that homework assignment. So, again, there are three ways we lose heat. Number one, I want you to direct your attention to the left side of this image. All right, so here we have a human being losing heat. The first way by which we lose heat is by radiation. So, radiation is the release of heat directly through our skin to the external environment. This happens because the capillaries, those tiny webs of blood vessels in our skin themselves, are actually dilating and allowing a lot of blood to flow to the surface of the skin. Now, for that to happen, the precapillary sphincter muscles, which are these little items right here in the diagram, those are relaxed, right? So if they're relaxed, they're open, blood flows from this artery into this capillary bed, releases heat, and then that blood drains out via the vein. Now, if we are in a hypothermic situation or cold weather, we are actually going to constrict or narrow those precapillary sphincter muscles. So, notice in this top scenario, we would not be losing a lot of heat to the environment because those muscles are clamping down the blood flow. Okay, so that's number one, radiation. So, heat just lost directly through the surface of the skin. Number two, we also lose heat through a process called convection. So, convection is the loss of heat by way of air molecules that just naturally blow or move across the skin surface. So, even if you aren't in a windy climate or in front of a fan, there are molecules constantly moving, bumping into your skin. Those collisions actually result in heat being lost to the environment. All right, so that's the second method by which we lose heat. That's called convection. It doesn't have to do with blood flow or capillaries, so it's different than radiation. This is more about the air on the outside hitting the skin surface. Now, there's natural convection, and then there's actually another type called forced convection. So, if you sit in front of a fan when you are super hot, or it is a windy day, those air molecules are going to be hitting your skin with even more force. Thus, they're even more efficient at transferring heat to the outside environment. So, again, convection has two types, natural or forced. Often we put ourselves in situations of forced convection when we are super hot, right? So, we like to turn on the AC, get in front of a fan. If we're driving, we turn the air on in the car. So that air that's leaving the skin has picked up maybe some sweat or oils on the skin and also some heat. So it's leaving us more warm and moist than when it found us or encountered our skin. All right, the third type of heat removal or heat loss is by evaporation. So evaporation is the release of heat from the body through evaporation of sweat into water vapor gas. So, sweat is primarily water and salt. That water component very easily evaporates with heat. So, we can lose heat through sweat. We also actually exhale a lot of warm and moist gases. So, inside your mouth, a lot of saliva. Saliva contains water. Also, the air that's leaving the lungs is actually highly humidified due to blood vessels inside your respiratory passageways themselves. So, a lot of water is picked up this way, and anytime we're turning water into a gas, we are losing some heat. So, in addition to evaporating sweat, we also are exhaling those warm and moist gases. Okay, I hope this outline helps a little bit. So remember to do those questions 9 through 15, then the PR section. So those are questions about Professor McSpeedy, and then you can consider doing that AD section as well, which are the last couple slides in the presentation. This is due Wednesday at midnight, and I am so happy to help you out via reminder office hours if you have questions. All right, have a great evening.